What is up, my diggers? I am Grandpa Max Angor, and we're back with more Disco Elysium. We're back with more Being the Bad Man. Whoa. So we've done Kuno. It is... It is 6 o'clock. So now it's time to do the bookstore stuff.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am the law.
I know, sir. Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this.
Little girl, I know what a book is. Books are like very long letters with stories inside them.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I also know what a postcard is. It's a small cardboard picture that you can send to a friend or a loved one.
You got it, sir. What about board games?
I like playing games with people's minds.
Okay, sir. This was all very enlightening. Can I help you with anything else?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Fuck. Oh, I swallowed wrong. And you're standing out in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
You're cold. Can I help in some way?
Kind of you to offer, sir.
What could you do to help her anyway?
I could have a word with the store owner, maybe.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Shouldn't you be in school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
School is stupid. You're lucky not to be there.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Ass up?
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
This is serious. I should look into this.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Did someone say, sneak around in the cellar? We should do that.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Fine, I'll show you.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
What is this crime business?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way. The law, as I said.
You don't look much like a policeman.
Well, what does a cop look like?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man.
She looks at Dick Mullen, frowning, dark, arrogant, violent, likely overcompensating for something. That's not a healthy look. Muscles get bigger, heart grows weaker. Check out the pose. Rigid as a stick. He couldn't even wipe his own ass. You don't want to be like that. He isn't even drawn right.
He isn't even drawn right. That's not how human shoulders work. The perspective is all wrong.
She examines the picture, trying to find whatever is wrong with it. She then shrugs and puts the book aside, unconvinced.
It's just no way to cop. I can do it way better than Dick Mullen.
Sure you can, sir. He's just a fictional character. He'll be no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
What is romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. Maybe some about other books?
Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail
Sun
to
Sea All,
get more
British Sea Power
famous from
intensifies.
reading them.
Hey, son, how's it going? Reading those doesn't make the readers more famous, does it?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
They're all dogs.
These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Yeah, you heard me. Only losers waste their time with that garbage.
Isn't that kind of a childish thing for a grown-up to say?
When she grows up, and if she grows up to be clever, she'll discover there's no such thing as a grown-up. These people deserve to die.
Maybe I should start killing these famous people, hunt them down. If you grow up to be clever, you'll discover there's no such thing as a grown-up.
Okay, sir.
She doesn't know what to make of that, but she'll remember it. The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands folded?
What do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going.
You can show them to me.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest, a facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
You heard me. Hands up.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
Ah, you bite your nails.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
It's super simple for a detective such as myself.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex.
Want more? Bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
You're uptight because your mother and the pressure she's putting on you.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Either way, another ace deduction by the #1 detective in town.
It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You think so? Fine, do better. Deduce something about me.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching.
Wait,
It
how do you...
takes effort.
Wait, how do you know I'm usually not?
Because you usually aren't.
And I'm having a grand time.
I sure hope you are, sir.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation
We've taken all the
suddenly
drugs.
feels familiar. Somehow, there's something you're missing. You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
Well, that was my first fail. Let's buy things. Let's buy all the things.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai somewhere. This is entirely, completely you. You have found the right books.
Storekeeper, tell me about the Muscle Man books.
Oh, Man from Hyundai.
Sun Seol, Harry the Crypto Faces likes his little saffron mug and thinks Measurehead is the inferior species.
Violent books.
Why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Sounds good. Which one should I start with?
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyundalaman, the man from Hyundal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series. Oh yes, certainly. Another good sale.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Storekeep, what board games do you have here?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
I don't want to think about this.
Then don't.
I don't feel as if I have any kids.
Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 Rial. Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
So what about all these Wirral things?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though.
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything that catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 Rial. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense. Nonsense for anemic Beano-clads.
If you say so, but you better stay away from those immoral occult rituals.
I'll do what I want.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
What's all the crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Sex crimes did pique your interest, but still, this Dick Mullen person only gets your pleasure centers down. Note, reading about Dick Mullen would not actually make you a better detective. Crime fiction is a disgrace.
I love how angry he is.
Of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. Furthermore, they have no idea how hard it is to simply remove a body from a tree. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Oh God, no.
Shelves filled to the brim with
It's a tome of fascist magic. Rather candid.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. You will attain a place on this shelf one day, or die trying.
Look through the display of books.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High-Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's it about?
High-Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Anything of note?
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Great.
Shelves full of biographies of
A true cultural touchstone.
I'm buying or stealing everything.
several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Storekeep, can I buy these maps?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
You seem to underestimate my resources, but sure, okay.
Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
You peek at the storekeep, waiting for her to be distracted. When she's not looking, you deftly rip the map of the bulletin board and pocket it. You're now the proud owner of a map of Martinez, which, to be honest, did not even cost that much. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
Interesting.
Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Storekeep, what books are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh, no.
Amidst the point of the book, it serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it?
Does it say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pearl.
What's this book about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the pearl, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pearl. Even better if you can find someone else, preferably a large man dressed in nothing but a towel, to thrash you while you're spread naked and helpless on a cool slab.
Sounds invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
Indeed. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
Cop of the Apocalypse. It's not fire. It's not ash. There will most certainly be a sea of corpses leading up to the event. But it won't be war or pestilence that causes it. Oh no, the event will belong to a genre of cataclysm no man has dared to suspect would ever come to pass. You can only sense the shape of it, like a cavity, a pit opening up in your stomach, a throat into which the world will vanish. The streets, the grass, the stars, all will be rolled back. By whom, by what, and how, you don't know. All you know is, you're not joking around.
And now to completely ruin her day.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
She's right. Those curtains give off some eerie vibes. Better not mess with it. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're dumb if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. You see a tattered set of curtains and a You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Bitch, you can't stop me.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down? You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Welcome to Ravishal. Fuck your door. Smells like leather. Sweat.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar? Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
I'm a champion.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at
Glitch Vision
anything
0101.
you set
So,
your mind
I got
to.
surprised with something this past week.
Hey, John, how's it going? What'd you get surprised with? Did you get surprised that Hades 2 is completely inaccessible to the blind from what I've heard? Because they added a fucking delay to the dash? And you can't bat away projectiles anymore?
Hey, but
Glitch
you're
Vision
still in a ghost
0101.
house.
I'm writing the review for V
What
Rising.
if someone heard
Nice!
this? What if they know you're here?
Wait, you're writing a review for it? Why?
Good technique.
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber. The squeaky
Glitch
sound
Vision
of sneakers,
0101. TDM
your
needs one.
bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then
TDM?
the feeling is gone. It's just a memory from another life. When you
Glitch
were
Vision
young
0101,
fit.
and I offered after having the key dropped in my lap, lol. Glitch Vision 0101, Thedristic measure.
Oh, I've never heard of them. Well, congratulations, man. I gotta be kind of quick about this.
Glitch Vision 0101, used to write regularly for them and stream on their Twitch, but I don't stream much anymore. Scarlet Tower was my most recent review for them. Glitch Vision 0101 was my return review, lol.
Nice. Well, honest to God, congratulations, dude. I didn't get any, I didn't get any review keys or anything lately. I've been kind of on a dry spell, and it's been driving me nuts.
Glitch Vision 0101, after V Rising I'm doing no rest for the wicked.
Flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
There's a hole in the wall.
Glitch
There
Vision
is, yes.
0101, and
there
still lost
also
in
appears
X4
to
on
be
my own time.
something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yes, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles.
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. An old Belmagrave rifle, Revolutionary era, prized for its reliability more than its accuracy. The rest are probably Belmagraves too, just too damaged to be sure. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This old Belle McGrave looks okay.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, while the black one seems to be feeding a buzzing little fridge-like
Glitch Vision
thing
0101.
in the
Anyways,
corner.
saw you lived and wanted to stop in and say hi lol.
I appreciate it, man. I will be reviewing Hades 2. Leo's gonna give me money for the game, and I'm gonna tear its ass apart because I've learned. Well, okay, for me, this isn't bad. For blind people, it completely fucks them. There is no way blind people will be able to play this game. They got rid of being able to bat away projectiles, and dashing has a wind-up now. It's a small wind-up. So even if they have the audio cues, which they do, blind people can no longer play the game because the dash has a delay to it. And you can't bat away projectiles anymore. And they've added double the control types. Now to be able to play it, you have to be able to hold buttons down. And some blind people can't do that. Or rather, some, disabled people can't do that. So a large swath of the disabled community will no longer be able to play Hades. They can't play Hades 2. They can only play Hades 1. And I'm going to tear their asses off about that. I'm also going to tear their asses off about Hestia, because while she sounds great, that model looks really fucking racist. If you haven't seen it, give it a Google. It looks legitimately uncomfortable, and I say that as somebody who abhors racism. Oh, mammy, it's bad. And that's exactly how I'm going to put it, too. And I'll still do my little list of things that they could do to make the game more accessible, and they won't do any fucking one of them, because they didn't do anything for the disabled community on the first one. And I'll bet if I go to the fucking audiogames.net forums right now, they'll fucking be all
Glitch
about...
Vision 0101. It's funny, she's supposed to have a skin condition that causes the skin to lose color.
Vitiligo? Yeah, that is a fucking... Okay, any character, or any game that has a character with vitiligo, or has a vitiligo slider or something, has been getting money from BlackRock.
Glitch Vision 0101. It's supposed to be a look how inclusive we are moment.
Yes, exactly. That's how you tell they're getting money from BlackRock, or Bridge, or DEI, or whatever the fuck they're called, is vitiligo. But yeah, she looks legitimately racially uncomfortable, and the voice doesn't match at all.
Glitch Vision 0101, but it looks racist and insensitive.
I'm just... Sun posted it...
It's fetishizing.
Sun posted it when the game came out, and it's just... Ew. Like, she was talking... I mean, other people have been talking about how Aphrodite kind of looks like a dude, and there's all this other shit, and it's like, yeah, I don't care. That's art style bullshit, but Hestia, ooh, that she looks like a mammy. She doesn't look like a grandma. She looks like a mammy. She looks like a Tom and Jerry style mammy. It looks really fucking uncomfortable.
Rip the red one out. Look how giant and red and inviting it is. Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Because it's black, the color of immeasurable
Glitch Vision
cosmos.
0101. The whole Aphrodite as a dude can be explained as she has been known from time to time to pose as a handsome male when testing the purity of her maidens. Glitch Vision 0101. So,
Distribution board now has one cable missing.
Oh, see, I don't really care about that. I don't really care about Hestia other than the fact that, that's a bit much, but what I care about...
Hestia looks like a Tom and Jerry black mammy with the Michelle Jackson disease.
Yeah. And there are interesting theories on that one, too. The connection between Michael Jackson and all those accusations and vitiligo and all this grooming that's been going around. And, but I'm not going to get into that on the review. But, yeah, the thing that I care about is the fact that they have made the game much more difficult for the disabled to get into. And that pisses me off, with no way to make it better. There's no options to include disabled people in. And then they have accessibility options. And of course their accessibility option is, just make the game easier. That's not the fucking... that should not be an accessibility option. It should be a game option. Accessibility options are like no screen shake or a better font or a better UI or alternate controls or anything like that. And then they might have that too. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But I'm going to tear their fucking asses for making the game less accessible for the disabled, because that's not what a sequel is supposed to do. A sequel is supposed to improve on the original in every way. Baldur's Gate 1 to Baldur's Gate 2, Mario 1 to Mario 3, and so on and so on.
Sun Seal, I think Jackson was set up. Otherwise Oprah, a Hollywood fixer, wouldn't have spent so much time promoting two admitted liars even now. Sun COOL.
I don't know anything about that. Ah, there it is.
Glitch Vision 0101, notice you went from 1 to 3. It doesn't always work that way, aka Mario 2 USA LOL.
Well, Mario 2 USA wasn't a sequel. Lost Levels was a sequel, and I'd argue that Lost Levels has the same problem as Hades 2. They made the game less accessible for the disabled by making the game just, like... To give you an example, the poison mushroom, right? In the original. It has the same sound as the regular mushroom, but it has a different...
0101, I know, laughing face.
I know, but it has a different visual. Well,
Glitch
if
Vision
it were going to
0101
be...
was just giving a hard time.
If it was going to be accessible, the mushroom, the poison mushroom, would have a different sound when it came out. But, you know, this is mid-'80s. You can't expect accessibility from Japan in the mid-'80s. You can't even expect accessibility from Japan in 2024. No. That's why he clarified. John knows the lore.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring
Glitch Vision
it
0101,
pitch black.
yup.
Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Smear your hands with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing
Glitch
through
Vision
you.
0101,
All
I
that's
just like
left
cracking jokes
is
that
to
only
cover
people who
your
know the real
face
truth
in
would
war
understand.
paint.
I like that too. I am being a horrible person in this game. I've already punched a kid and then given him speed.
Glitch Vision 0101, most people still aren't aware that Lost Levels was even a thing.
Which is insane to me because they were on Mario All-Stars. Anyway, Hadamut Karzai, smear your cheeks black with coal.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I'm the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmaran
Sun
warrior.
Please
Bruh,
wipe your
remember
face
the
clean,
90s?
officer.
A Frenchman stole Japanese TV shows and marketed them to the
You're a
US as brand new
proud
action hero
warrior.
show for kids.
Keep it. These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring this dark place and I need the protection my war paint affords.
And this
Glitch Vision
protects you.
0101, that actually happened, laughing face.
This is traditional war paint. It will keep me safe with the passage with the spirits that guard this place.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Just pointing out.
Sun Seal,
This
Power
is
Rangers,
not traditional
and Big Bad
70s
Beetleborgs.
war paint. No idea where you got it.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices.
Glitch Vision 0101,
talking to
and
each
Kamen
other.
Rider, the one season of it we
Near
got.
the smoke chamber. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying, or what's producing them.
What are you doing?
I hear the murder of the hanged man talking. I'm hallucinating.
Wait, really? Take your head out of the chimney, please. It's not safe.
It feels safe to know that the lieutenant's got your back.
Glitch Vision
Now
0101,
and
there was
always.
also VR Troopers.
This sounded real, not imagined. It's dark, the echo.
What are you doing?
I'm not so
Glitch
sure,
Vision
Kim, but I think I
0101,
can hear
different
someone
company had that
talking
one though at first.
upstairs.
Wait, really? You should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
What is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. No one has used it in ages.
It's weird. It won't let me scream at it.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside.
Sun Seol,
His
what's
hand
funny
has
is Savon
found
sold to Disney
the
when he couldn't just
holster
steal Japan
of his
shows
gun.
anymore. XD.
Shysters come in all ethnic groups. Relax, Kim, it's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Sun Seol, meaning Disney got the full price for having to make new Power Ranger shows.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP.
Glitched Vision
It's
0101,
important.
and it's even funnier
I'd
that the
do it
stolen
myself
bastardization of the original
if I
Japanese
lived
Super
in a
Sentai shows took on a
civilized
life of its own
place
here and is
with a
still going in
freezer.
comic form.
Take care, silly swaff.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? His ice cream maker has been turned off.
This orange machine is dead still. It has
Sun
a
Seol, Tommy's still
hand-cranked
alive in the
ice
comics
cream
too.
churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Even with my amazing stats, I still can't get more than a 3%. That's great. That was one I was actually looking forward and hoping to do. Oh well. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. So yeah, John, I cheated my way to massive stats. I'm being the worst person and the best detective. The floorboards creak.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here. What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. Still nothing. No one's home. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we should ask the lady in the bookstore what's going on here.
Well, yeah, we could if we wanted to, but we don't. So, fuck her.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. It's dark and the echo is...
What are you doing?
I hear the murder of the hangman talking.
Wait, really? We should ask the lady in the bookstore what's going on.
God damn it. I don't want to talk to Plaisance. She's a stupid bitch and a fat cow besides. And a hooer.
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop.
Sometimes it's necessary to resort to extreme measures.
I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape.
What are you talking about? It's just a door.
Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well.
Host Almighty, she prays, guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the door. Blessed be your name.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know about the curse.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do.
Her facade has dropped. Now you see the curiosity behind the fear.
But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity?
Of course, the entity. I didn't see her, but I sensed her presence.
You did? Then it has to be true. I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you see that she lives inside the chimney?
The chimney, the passage between heaven and hell. Of course, it all makes sense now.
Yes. That chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace. Maybe you could yell into it or something. Make some noise. You'll think of something. You always do.
Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving this mystery, too.
Your daughter's is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
I'm not going to grade a human being.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
10.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
All this pressure's made her really anxious. You know she's been chewing her nails.
God, I've told her not to do that. It's disgusting. And I told you to mind your own business. Clearly, you have no idea how hard it is to raise a girl in this economy.
This economy is a mysterious force, like cosmic weather, mysterious and harsh.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
I gotta get a picture of this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Sun Seol, can we come back to her when we figure out the church and scare the fuck out of her about the pale swallowing her business ledgers and other maths? Sun Seol.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
You're like Annette to your husband and your mother.
Oh, well, my mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But
My husband is completely different, of course.
Is this husband Annette's father?
yes, My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
Your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
Is she an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
The woman looks aloof.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
You just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter. Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Hang on, so you know me? We've met before?
Yes, I used to stand out there all the time, before Mother told me to focus on my homework. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, telling people the end of the world is coming. I don't really understand what you mean by it.
Did I ever talk to you?
Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
I doubt that.
No, you don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Good thing she didn't say party eyes loud. Her mother's nearby. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
Does this mean I've been partaking in narcotics?
Oh, baby. That's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important things.
So why didn't you tell me you know me to begin with?
I didn't know I had to do that.
Thanks, I've learned something about myself today.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
What are you doing now?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Oh, I found something while you were away.
What is it?
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
Where'd you get it?
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
It's a fedora.
Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
Alright. Let's go in here. And yell at the furnace. Fuck it, I want to try. Maybe I'll
This
succeed.
orange machine is the ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advance, where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
I have an idea. We're gonna do something cool. Hang on. Save. Close out. Put music on. Oh, fuck off. Stupid thing. Zip. We edit. This'll brick the game, possibly. But if it works... Save. Okay, there's that. And then we go back in here. Oh, boy. I should look at the deals. See what deals we got going. I don't think we'll find anything good on a Sunday. Nah, I didn't think so. Come on, you stupid thing. There we go. Let's give it a try. 80. That's how many we have. Let's try it again.
This orange machine is dead still. It has the ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You could swear you succeeded, but the lid simply won't budge. You see the pry bars.
Yeah, well, I have no idea.
Sooner or later, you...
That's hilarious. Well played, game. Well played.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Painted your face and wet your whistle.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
you've awakened the entity.
This is the police. Who's there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs.
What do you want, buddy?
There's a curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
What do you want? I knew that'd get a laugh out of Derek.
You hear a low rumble upstairs.
What's
The
up,
sound
buddy?
of a curtain being pulled aside.
Okay, we're not going out again. You're gonna have to wait. I'm not doing this shit again. We'll go out later in the day when I can boil you alive in the heat.
After you, officer.
And by the way, that's a joke. It's only like 80 degrees here. He has learned that in the summer, he can get away with going to the park in the middle of the day, not anywhere else.
Hello. I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you.
Sunseal, boiled
I've
dog.
been listening
What is this,
to
Korea?
my Milius. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. her bones light, but her hands strong.
Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites. This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
Okay, I'd like to order a die from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Looking for something to help with my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
Police colors.
Because I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it. You overthink it. Your hands can't agree what to do, and the two dice drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken string. The blue one disappears down the pit in the center of the room.
Ah, down the drain, like your career. I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary. That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay. The other one was the inverse. They were a set, you see, but now the set is broken. It's a shame. They might have brought you luck. You definitely need luck in Martinez.
Is she pitying you? Good God, she's pitying you.
Now, was there anything else? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Do you have any cursed dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
Abracadabra. Perished like this world.
All right. How about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die. Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
What do you know about the man hanging behind the rolling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire. She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
This person values focus above all. She keeps her sharp sight on the instruments before her. She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse. Does it mean she's unlawfully occupying a part of the house? Shameful.
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I heard this place is cursed. Did you know people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
All right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
No, the whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off, and customers have trouble paying bills.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons. Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Essence thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity. Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Honestly, I'm still not sure. The world is a puzzling place.
Is it now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in sight. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
Hang on. I just gotta pet the boy. Good boy, Chippy. Good. You're gonna take a nap. You need to take a nap. Oh, you love your belly rub. Oh, it's your belly rub. Oh, it's your belly rub. Oh, look at that happy face. Look at that happy face. Oh, look at that. You ready, Chief? Watch. Oh, look at that buddy. Oh, look at that buddy. Oh. Look at that happy face. Yes, look at that happy buddy. Oh. Yeah, he's taking the whole. Not a good boy. Here you go. You have a belly rub. You have a belly rub. Huh? You have a belly rub. Huh? Oh. You gonna go see B? Yeah, you can go see B. You need to go see B. Yes, you do. I never get him where he pushes his head back. I must have gotten a really good spot. Well, I got the shit out of it, so... Just check a couple of things. Cool. One of the devs I talked to, Archer, is keen on my idea about alternate to click drag just being click click. Let me see here. Why hasn't her business failed?
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
This is still a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed.
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guélan 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
Uh-oh. Kip's about to bark. What? Is somebody outside? Is somebody outside? Do you need to go outside? Did they wake you up? Were you going back to sleep and then they woke you up? He has got such a pissed off look on his face. Did they wake you up? Did they wake you up? It's okay. It's okay. Get them walk out of wraps. It's okay, bug. It's okay. Yes, it's okay. You let me know, okay? Don't you worry, bud. We'll go out again, but it's not time yet. I want to at least do 2 hours on these things. Fuck. The place used to be a coal plant. Touch the safety curtains. You're in a chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
Let's just say I have my own methods, unusual methods.
And what? Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
Actually, it's only your workshop that's protected. You should still do something to defend your person.
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
What?
Do you know what this is?
Your lucky charm seems like a kind of award.
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
See, the curse is real. I bet you didn't run the little jewelry shop from the protective depths of this chimney.
No, you're right. I didn't. It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. It's entropy.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending, or an entirely different world. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
There we go. Now we go tell Plaisance. And now we can deal with the body. And once we do the body stuff, we can get Kim out of there and steal the boots. Don't you worry, I have plans. Plans and schemes. And plans.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
I talked to the entity. Her name is Nia, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Before you say anything, ask yourself,
What?
is the woman really able to withstand the truth? The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm.
There's another entity, a more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I'll cross paths with
A
it.
third order presence, yes.
A great dark relief. washes over her.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in the presence of my daughter. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yes, the venture continues. In other waters, darker waters.
Should we get out of here?
The shop around you feels ancient suddenly, damp and saturated by the coastal air. The books are rotting. A great cold lives here, and there too. 1,200 meters away, on the urban coast, the dark shape of a church is reflected on the water, calling.
He's gonna do it until I fucking deal with him. We are going to end the stream here, and I will stream more when I get back. I actually will stream more when I get back because I don't have anybody bothering me or anything to do today. There it is. Yesterday, I was basically waiting for dinner because Derek was making soup. Today, I am not waiting for dinner. Nobody else is home, so... Anyway, we will do the hanging when I get back. I have been Max Angor, and I will see you all in a couple of hours.